10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Hey, what's good, people? I am your host, Lady Miz, and this is my co-host.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
You guys are tuned in from the Ground Up Productions, and there is only one way to go from here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy to be back on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. Yes, From the Ground Up Productions, for those who don't know, is a place where we interview entertainers, legends, entrepreneurs, and business owners. The purpose of this podcast is to pay homage to legends in the industry, and it's also to help bring exposure to independent artists, to those who do entertainment or any type of business field. It's a place where we also discuss relatable topics, and we do that when we're educating our viewers based off of the topics that we're talking about. We like to speak to different people about their professions, their experiences, their goals, their challenges, and all of that. And when we do that, we hope that you guys will learn valuable information that can help you evolve. This is a no judgment zone, so we always tell people to please come as you are. All right. I feel like I was getting tongue tied a little bit. I don't know what's happening to me today. It must be the COVID after effects. Okay. Today we have two special, lovely guests. We have Mr. Phil, who is an artist. He also has his own TV show. He's been on major networks. And we have a beautiful, beautiful, talented independent artist by the name of Natasha Rodriguez. And she has music out. We're going to be getting into all of that. But before we do, we're going to first play our short commercial. And this is for content creators that's out there. That's a content creator. Listen up, because this is for you.
Are you a content creator? Do you make music videos, short films, documentaries, web series, kids shows, movies, stand-up comedy, visual podcast, educational shows, or sports? Are you a fitness instructor or gamer? Do you record church ceremonies or report news? If so, contact From the Ground Up Productions TV by email at fromthegroundupproductions@gmail.com. For more information on getting your content played on our network on Roku, where there are over 85 million viewers and growing. No more being limited or blocked on social media from the content you post and create. Get the freedom to be you without restrictions from controlled social media. And if you want to run your ads or sponsor our network, contact us now at fromthegroundupproductions@gmail.com to get started now.
All right, guys. We are back. So let's welcome Mr. Phil and Natasha Rodriguez to the show.
Hey there. How you doing out there?
Hey, how are y'all doing?
We're doing good. Hi, Natasha.
Good.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Hi, Miss
Sound like it was a little echo. So listen, I want to welcome you guys to the show. I'm super excited to talk to you guys and to get into your story and everything that you got going on. Mr. Phil, you have a long history in the entertainment business. And Natasha, you have some amazing work out that I had the honor to listen to. So we definitely want to tap into all of that. Again, we will get more deeper into your personal interview on a separate show, but we're still going to talk about your music today as well, too. All right?
She got an ultimate a delay.
Oh, okay. So you got a delay there, Natasha. I don't know if you can hear me, but there is a slight delay. I can't hear you. Can you hear us? She froze. Uh-oh. Natasha, if you can hear me, you probably got to come out and come back in. In the meantime, Mr. Phil, we're going to shoot over to you.
Okay.
All right. So listen, Mr. Phil. Okay.
Yes.
What I want to know from you is, when did you actually get started in the entertainment world?
Believe it or not, when I was a kid, I used to do talent shows over in my school and in day camp and stuff like that. And I was going out with a celebrity's daughter when I was like 11, 12, 13 years old, Sam Levinson, who lived in Brooklyn. So that's when I thought that that's something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
But I got sidelined with baseball. I mean, because at that time, that's when we only had one baseball team, the Yankees, and all of a sudden we were gaining another team, the Mets. And I wanted to see it so bad, National League Baseball back in New York, because I wasn't interested in baseball when the Dodgers and Giants were here. So I started going to games, and I just let the entertainment business go. And at that time, you could go to a baseball game and sit in the bleachers for 75 cents. So I went to all the games for the Mets and Yankees and saw every team back in 62 and 63. I was at the stadium when Roger Maris hit his 61st homer.
Wow. Okay. So all of this was around when you started your business, like you getting into the entertainment world?
It just got interrupted by baseball. And then what happened with baseball was when I started working my professional that I did to put bread on the table, which was working as an operations supervisor and other jobs for the bus company for Shortline. And that just took up the rest of the time. And I never went back into the entertainment business till I was in my mid 40s, till I was like about 43. And then
okay.
What happened there was a few years before, I was in a choir in my synagogue in Temple Sinai, and I learned how to sing. I really got good lessons from our cantor. And they had a karaoke night at the temple one night. So me and my wife, Sandy, who's right here, pushed me up to get up and sing. And I did my first song, and I loved it so much. It was all history. I just took off from there, and then I started to go to regular scheduled karaoke's. And once I got started on that, it was nonstop. I took any opportunity, like I had a chance to sing live music with a band and a keyboard. I did it. Whatever I had the chance or anything available, I did. I did my first radio broadcast then. Then I was invited onto a local TV show on the channel that I'm working out of now in Port Jervis. And they liked me so much, they kept bringing me back. And I would sing on the shows, help host and everything. And then they gave me my own show in 1996. In fact, this is the spooky thing about it. I started the Mr. Phil show on August 16th, 1996. And that is the anniversary of Elvis's passing.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. So that was you definitely gave us the history of the from all the way back to the baseball. So that's good to know. And shout out to your wife for supporting you and encouraging you to move forward. That's a beautiful thing when you have somebody in your corner that's supporting you. That is excellent. And again, you got so much going on, and I want to get into that. But let me go over now to Natasha. Natasha, why don't you give us a little history about who you are and what inspired you to get into the music industry?
She's still having issues.
Uh-oh. Okay. Natasha's having some issues there. I'm not sure why. Natasha, can you hear us? Uh-oh. Okay, so Phil, I'm not sure what's going on with Natasha's screen. It was working perfectly fine when we started. What's going on here? It's a conspiracy. So, right. So, hopefully she could come back. Mm-hmm.
Big shout out to Town Mama. Holland.
Yes, absolutely. Town Mama's always in the building, guys. And again, I want to tell you guys to share this live right now. Share it with people so it can reach more people. So, Mr. Phil, back to you, and then hopefully Natasha can come back on again and get her screen working. You have your own show called the Mr. Phil Show, and that show is aired on cable television.
Yes, public access cable television, and it started out in 1996 as a local show in Port Jervis on the channel 8 over there, which later became Channel 23. And it was just a local show in Port Jervis. And we used to bring on different guests, come on, karaoke guests and stuff, and they sing anything on the show. But then in 2011, we decided in order to expand, we would have to discontinue cover music and go to original music so we could go all over. So in 2011, we expanded into the Hudson Valley, Time Warner, which is now Spectrum, which includes for me Orange County, Sullivan County, Dutchess County, Poughkeepsie, and it gave me that whole area. And then the following year, we got rights into Manhattan on MNN, Manhattan Neighborhood Network, to go throughout 4 channels in the borough of Manhattan. And then in 2015, a friend of mine from Brooklyn got me into BRIC, which is the Brooklyn Public Access. So we had Brooklyn and Manhattan, and then one of the cable companies in picked up Staten Island from Brooklyn, and now that's been extended to the rest of New York City. So I have the 5 boroughs of New York. And then we got into YouTube. I had a co-host that was with me until we had to stop doing the live shows.
And why did you have to stop doing the shows? What happened?
The pandemic closed the studio because it was owned by the city of Port Jervis. It's still around, still doing reruns, but right now we can't bring anybody into the studio because of the pandemic.
Wow, that's crazy. That So how did you feel like that affected you in any kind of way, like a negative way, as far as being able to do your shows, that now that you can't have people physically come into the studio, or are you okay with the reruns going?
Well, we have so many reruns. I mean, I have bags of DVDs in my room all over the place. And I'm stable. If anything, recently I became, as I said, I became the 5 boroughs, and when I bring them to New York City, they're not live shows anyway. They're all reruns. I go down to New York and submit them. But I still liked sponsoring people because I started out a lot of people, including Natasha.
All right. Natasha just came back on, so that's great. Let us see if we can hear you. It sounds like you seem pretty good now.
Yes. I can
Okay,
hear.
great. Okay.
I could not
All
hear.
right. Yeah, so we were just talking to Mr. Phil about his show that he has and how the pandemic affected it. Now he can't bring people in, and he was getting to the how he met you. So the question that I wanted Natasha was to ask you was, how did you get into the entertainment business, and what it inspired you to want to be an entertainer and a singer?
I've to be a for when doing
it's messing up.
And Phil was definitely somebody who the right people.
No.
Can you hear?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, Natasha, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what's going on your end. It can be your internet. Sometimes it happens. But you're going in and out, and we can't even hear your full sentences. So yeah, it might be the internet connection that's causing that problem. We can't hear you. So we're gonna have to go back over to Mr. Phil, and we're definitely gonna work on that as far as when we get you back on the show. But we definitely want to make sure that the people can hear what you're saying, because we can't hear you clearly. It's going in and out, and I don't want people to miss what you got to say. So I'm gonna head back over to Mr. Phil. Let's talk to us now about how you were on some major TV shows. Is that correct?
That's right. But the funniest things, it was back, in the earlier years. Like, you won't believe this one. Okay, here we go. 1 year after getting the Mr. Phil show, this was
the Mr. Phil show.
August of, yes,
Welcome to the
in
Mr. Phil
August
show.
of 96. I believe in May of 1997, I was on MTV. And you're talking about
MTV too.
9 months after getting my own show. Yeah. And they liked me so much that they brought me back for a second show. And kept checking for reruns. So I said, good. It was called Oddbit TV. And it was a show that they did to get, unusual, odd acts, but that wasn't my thing. They had to use musical acts in order to keep it as MTV. So I was fortunate enough to get to sing on that show a couple of times, and that was my first one.
Okay.
Then I did a TV commercial after that, and then a film after that, and then I was on the Daily Show. I spent a year with them. The same MTV got me they shows, and they used to have me show me doing a song on each of their shows. So that was all the time I was doing that. And that same guy then got me onto the Jimmy Kimmel Show in 2004 and again in 2007.
Oh, so you was on the Jimmy Kimmel Show twice?
Twice. And I sang songs for my album from my songwriter wrote to me. So twice I was on the Jimmy Kimmel Show.
Oh, I did not know that.
Hollywood, and that was twice.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And then the same.
Yeah, I found the clip of you on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. We only took a very small clip of that. I think we're having a delay here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it seems like it's a delay here. I guess the best way to work with that is to, like we say, something kind of pause a little bit. That way, if somebody comes in, it doesn't sound like we're overlapping each other. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick little snippet of you being on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. And then when we come back, you could tell us about your experience, how you got on the show, and what was the experience like.
Jeffrey Ross is here. Mr. Phil and Alan are here. What a performance. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Who wrote the song? Who actually wrote that particular song, The King of Rock and Roll?
Carl Richards.
Oh, is that right? Who's
Yes.
Carl Richards?
He's the same person who wrote the Phil song and the rest of these.
Oh, of course. All right. And is there any relation to Dr. Phil?
No, I came first.
Oh, you did.
I've been in
Okay.
show business before him.
I see. And now, what's your plan for
So yes, I just wanted to play that snippet real quick of you on Jim Kimmel's show, which was very nice, and you was on there 2 times, which I didn't know. But what I want to say to you, Mr. Phil, is that like you are an example of what it means to follow your dream and to live in your passion. Okay, you're very determined, which is a great thing. You have a great heart, great sense of humor, and you were able to make it on some of these major TV networks. And I know that that is not easy. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you were able to get on those shows?
Well, it was one guy, Rich Brown, his name was. He was the host of the show that I mentioned earlier on MTV, Vaudeville. So we became friends, and he went on to different positions. Like he went on to the Daily Show, so I got that. And then he went on to Jimmy Kimmel, so I got that. The first show with Jimmy Kimmel, just like the funniest thing, it followed suit with Vaudeville, MTV. It was with son, second one I did alone. And then he got me on to America's Got Talent in 2008, which was season 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So that's pretty cool that you were able to do that and even being on there more than once. Again, shout out to you for continuing to do what you love, never giving up, following your passion and following your dream. I think that's a great thing. Natasha, how are we looking over there? Let me see. Nope. Okay. All right.
Can you see me?
But it is still a really long delay, and then it's freezing up a lot. Yeah, it's still freezing, Natasha. Oh man, I'm so sorry about this. I wish that it was working on your end, but I mean, we'll get it together. You'll be coming back on the show, so we'll work with you on that so that we can get your information, but we're still going to promote your album that's coming out. So Mr. Phil, back to you. Now, here's the thing. You wasn't just on America's Got Talent. You was also on, the Jimmy Kimmel Show. You was also on America's Got Talent. So talk to us a little bit about that. How'd that come about?
Well, okay. The year after I did Jimmy Kimmel, Rich Brown got me onto America's Got Talent. When he first made said, I don't want to wait out in those lines that they have to stand in, for hours at a time. And they said, you won't have to. They gave me a VIP pass to walk right in. And they treated me good. They wined me, dined me. They were giving me all kinds of food, sandwiches, coffee, all kinds. They treated me great the first day when I went down there. And they were playing on-air games with me and interviews. And
you're breaking up a little bit.
Day. But they went to the show.
Okay.
When I had to do the show, they threw a loop at me. Their wires got crossed and they forgot who I was, that I wasn't just one of their regular people that go on there. And then I didn't get no preferential treatment at all. I had to sit in the waiting area for over 6 hours before I got on, and wasn't allowed to go watch the show or anything like that. So, and then when I got there, there was big mistake. It wasn't me, it was them, because they told me to bring down the first day my album with the instrumental music to sing it. So I brought it with me. Now they only give you 90 seconds to sing on these reality shows. I don't think anybody knows that. 90 seconds. So they were supposed to copy that of mine, make from the where I showed them without the intro music. They didn't do it that way. They just started it from the beginning and made it. No, they did it that way because I didn't hear it. They took it from me. So then when I got up there to do it, Jimmy Springer said it's going to work fine. But when I got up on there and they start playing that intro music right out to sing, they brought the Red Cross, the buzzer is, and then all three of them went on. And that wasn't my fault. It was because they were getting impatient for me to start singing. And they thought we actually
have a small clip. We didn't play the whole, we're not going to play the whole entire clip. We just have it where like we can tell as soon as you started singing, they hit the buzzer really quick. But the great thing is, again, that you continue to move forward and do what you got to do. So let's play a short little clip of Mr. Phil on America's Got Talent.
My name is Mr. Phil. Almost your eyes. I'm going to do a song that's called The Phil.
Okay, let's see it. All right, Mr. Phil.
Wow. I mean, that was so quick. It's like being on the Apollo. You ever, the Apollo, as soon as you walk out, it's like, you know, they just hit the buzzer real quick. So where do you get your, I guess, your inspiration to keep moving forward? When you have a situation like that, you didn't let it get you down. You continue to go and move forward and still do the things that you love. You are a closing act at a spot up here in Middletown, New York. So talk to us about what keeps you moving forward.
Take whatever opportunities that I could get. Like, for instance, on my station, I used to do a telethon every year to raise money for the station. Natasha was on a few of my telethons. And I was working with this girl, Mary Frost, who was my co-host. And she got inspired by me, became a best friend of mine. We worked very close together. I would do the telethons. And I ran those telethons just like the Jerry Lewis telethon. And I used to close with You'll Never Walk Alone, just like he did every year. And the history is I was the last person to do a TV televised telethon. But they don't do them anymore as fundraisers. So after Jerry Lewis and the Muscular Dystrophy Association stopped doing the telethon, I continued doing mine. And then in 2018, we saw it didn't pay to do it anymore. But I did the very last telethon on TV.
Okay. Okay.
Mr. Phil, when you do your music, who writes your songs for you? Do you write them yourself?
No, I had a songwriter, Carl Richards, who was my manager for many years. He was a band leader and he was my manager. So he wrote he wrote for 14 songs for me, and then another man wrote one. And now I have somebody else who has 200 more songs that he said he would allow me to do. And if Natasha wants any female songs, he would give it to her or anybody, that I recommend.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's great. So Natasha, I mean, she's there. The screen is sideways and she keep freezing. You also, Mr. Phil, you're kind of going in and out, but we can still hear you, but it's still going in and out. But one of the things that I do want to do is I want people to know that Natasha will be having an interview coming up, and she has music out. So you guys can actually look her up. She has an album, an EP out. You want to pull that up? There we go. All right. The Falling Princess. She has an EP out that you guys can go check out. Beautiful, beautiful music. And when I listened to it, I got the vibe of like Broadway singing. And also, I don't know why I thought of like movies, like Disney type of movies, when you hear like music in the background. So sync licensing. Yeah. So she has a beautiful, nice voice. Guys, make sure you guys go check her out. I know that she's having problems with her sound. But she is there. Sideways right now.
Yes, you're sideways right now.
Yeah, but she is there. And then hopefully, we could get it together next time, Natasha. But again, we want to thank her for also coming on the show. Mr. Phil, talk to us now. You did the red carpet and you also was in some films, right? Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, I've done parts in films and about 9. And I also attended the Hoboken Film Festival and the Hudson Valley Film Festival and some others in New York. I mean, been on red carpet, many red carpets. I did there was a woman that was working with me, Lena, and she had me doing on the New York International Fashion Festival, and I did that. And now I'm working on my current album. I have one EP out called Mr. Phil's Songs of Comedy. It's on Spotify and all the major networks. And Natasha and I, that's it.
All right. Guys, that's it right there. You can check that out on Spotify, Mr. Phil, Songs of Comedy. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. And
I'm making another album this year with 5 more different songs. And Natasha is going to be on 2 of the songs with me.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So Natasha's going to be on the songs with you. And she's also going to be your co-host when you go back on, correct? For your show.
Yes. When we go back on, she's also going to be my co-host.
Great. So before we close out, Mr. Phil, tell us where, if somebody wanted to see you perform right now, where would they go to see you perform? What days do you perform?
Well, my major performance that I love doing most is in Middletown, New York at Tapped on Henry Street. On Thursday night, they have a jam session with their band between 7 and 9. I'm there closing every Thursday. I've been with them with Donald Green. Now he's a great guy. Him and his band are wonderful. They play all over the place, and I've been for 3.5 years.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yes, big shout out to Donald Green. That's actually how I ended up meeting you, through Donald. Yeah. So, and that's amazing. So again, I want to say, Mr. Phil, continue to follow your passion, follow your dream. I think you're doing great. You have the opportunity that a lot of people didn't get. You were on America's Got Talent. You were on the Jimmy Kimmel Show twice, and you was on MTV, which I didn't know. You was at a lot of red carpet events, and you also played in films. So you're doing amazing. And now you're the closing act at Tapped in Middletown, New York. So continue to do what you love. And everybody that's out there, if you want to check out Mr. Phil's music, you can go over to Spotify. Again, that is called Songs of Comedy. Okay, y'all can go over there and check out his EP, or you could go over to Tapped on what days did you say it was?
Thursday night, between 7 and 9, seeing some great entertainment.
Yes.
I would love to go back on the air, because I started out a lot of people, and a lot of these people that started out, some of them went to Broadway, some of them cruise ships, some of them are making albums. They're out here doing music. One girl, one voice, who started out on my show.
Okay.
And another one made it almost to the end of The Voice.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. So it's a lot of talent floating around everywhere. So that's really good. And I wanted to remind you guys also too before we end this interview that Natasha, please guys, look out for her interview which will be coming soon. But she also has music out right now that you guys could go check out. You could actually go over to YouTube and check it out. I believe it may be on all streaming platforms. So that album is called The Falling Princess. That's her EP. And she has a beautiful, beautiful voice. Make sure you guys go check her out. And Natasha, I don't know if how things is working on your end. You're kind of sideways right now, but it's okay. It's fine. We'll get through it. Don't worry. I think she froze up again. Oh, man. But it's okay. But anyway, Mr. Phil, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Okay. Thank you so much. And continue to follow your dream and continue to follow your passion. Where do you want people to support you? Where would you like them to go? Is it Spotify? Do you have social medias that you want people to follow you on?
I'm on Facebook. Okay. Also on Twitter, Instagram, but I use Facebook the most, and I'm on YouTube. I just want to shout out and thank Mary Frost, who's been with me for 6 years, who supported me through my career and went with me to all these functions and festivals and worked every show of mine for 5 years.
Wow.
And she's a singer herself.
Okay. All right. Any more shout outs?
I guess that's about it. Just keep supporting my show in the Hudson Valley. You could see it on Spectrum every Saturday night at 10 o'clock on 23, and on Lifestyle TV Channel 2, the different networks on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. And then in Brooklyn on Brick, I'm on 3 times on Friday at 5:30 a.m., 5:30 p.m., and 8:30 p.m.
All right. Okay, so y'all heard it here. Make sure you guys go check him out. He got a lot going on, and go over there and check out Natasha's EP and look out for her upcoming interview with us here on From the Ground Up Productions. Guys, I want to thank y'all so much for coming on. We appreciate you and your time, and continue to be great. And we will see you around. Thank y'all so much. Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right, guys. So thank y'all so much for tuning in to From the Ground Up Productions. I'm your host, Lady Miz. This is my co-host.
It's Ray.
And I want to remind y'all that tomorrow we have our show, Talk Therapy. Y'all know we get it in with those topics, okay? So pull up tomorrow at 8 p.m. Talk Therapy Tuesdays. It's going down with your girl, Lady Miz. You can relate to what we're saying, or we could debate, okay? So Talk Therapy Tuesdays, we will be live on YouTube, and we will also be live on our own network, which we have on Roku. If you have a Roku, you can check us out, and we are under From the Ground Up Productions TV. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Thank y'all so much for showing love. Make sure you guys go check both of them out. They have amazing things going on, and look out for Natasha Rodriguez interview coming up soon. God bless and good night.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms. From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.